Okay, here we are on part two, and it looks like I'm cut short today. 30 minutes. Maybe I can stretch it a little bit. I don't know for sure, but uh, we're working back on the layout tool again, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this, and we're gonna go back to camera panning analysis. Although the conversation get a little long in the tooth, I wonder if I should. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do a new chat because supposedly ChatGPT can reference other chats. Okay. Um, Today is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, approximately 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm working on a tool for my game being made in Work of Widow 4.3, and in the game is in a CYOA style, and I was told that your memory systems have changed a bit where you can now reference previous conversations. I'm wondering if you're able to access the conversation I have we we've had called camera panning analysis. Can you do this, or is there a limit, or can I do this on the free account? Right, that my memory system has changed a bit. Here's how it works. I can remember things you told me across conversations. They've been saved to memory. Um, I also keep short recent history of our chats, the recent conversation content you see in my contacts. Lets me pull up details from recent sessions like your camera panning analysis thread. There's some limits. Free accounts, which you're on, can't summon an entire past chat on command. It's like opening a file. I can only bring in parts of the conversation that are still on my short-term history or were saved into memory. I don't have access to a full backlog of every past conversation that's explicitly carried into memory, like your dev. If you need me to reopen to work directly inside an old conversation, that's something only you can do by opening the chat in your sidebar and continuing from there. Um, well, could you pull up the last few um, the last part of the conversation, like maybe the last page, about a page or two or three? Yeah, let's go back to it. Uh, can I just copy that? Okay, that's all right. Basically, that conversation was getting a little long in the tooth. Basically, if a conversation is too long, from my perspective, basically if a conversation is too long, it starts getting sluggish process. I'm guessing because you have to go through the whole conversation to get info for the next piece. Um, so I might stay in this new conversation, but I will repaste the relevant. Why is repaste not really a word? But I repaste. Here, I'll put it as a dash, I guess. That'll kind of work. The relevant data, code, and so forth. I think it's too big and feel like wading through molasses, probably because I've got to juggle a lot of context at once, partly because your site is just looking like a scroll fast novel. Starting press like this is a good move. You can paste in the chunks you need, data code, or whatever problem you're tackling. If you're given code snippet or setup is going to come in again and again, like your JSON, I can stick that into memory so you don't need to keep repasting. No, I have a feeling when you do anything extra, it contributes. It takes time or something away from the free account. For instance, if I paste a screenshot or a file or upload a file, when my free time is up, I can no longer continue with that conversation until the time is turned over again, instead of simply changing models, which is what most conversations do. So I'll just paste code, and you can just do like normal. You don't need to store anything. Remember, like, you drop a code and I talk about what's going on, and we hammer it in shape. Yes, yes, please. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with the code. I'm actually going to go ahead and give it the layout tool and layout room. Actually, I'll give it and multi-line. I'll go ahead and give it the here. Select all. Copy. Here is the layout tool scene script where I'm building the tool. The normal play button plays the actual game, but this scene is the tool scene. Then after analyzing it, Please wait until I pull something else up. Handles room crud. Create, remove, save, load, and metadata. That's awesome. It's custom camera. Uh, um, you don't need to keep any notes at the moment. Um, let me notes at the moment. Let me pull up a few more pieces of code. Just a moment. Okay, so let's go to layout room. Select all. Copy. This is the room script. That is the layout room script, meaning it's the thing that I'm editing in the tool. I have a room. I have a room class that is just for the game itself, and layout room handles the visuals for the tool. Then please wait after you analyze that. And Control V. Okay. All right. Tool side visual representation of a room. It's not the game logic itself. That's in a separate room class. But the editor UI piece for your clicked room builds a click area, connects on area amp, emits clicked data room binding, tightly synced with room. Get and set exposed properties. Go to inspector, updates labels. Visual setup creates a panel with borders and styles. Puts a VBox container. Use monospace font. Resize panel, fit 5 to 6 lines of text, sets up click handling, door system, allows both door specs, string descriptors, and layout doors. Visual children can rebuild doors from specs or from JSON, maintains inbound and outbound connections between rooms, provides sorting methods, keep layout tidy, truncate text, wraps 40 characters, max 5 lines, adds if truncated, get center position, get panel rect for spatial calculations, update highlight, toggle selection border, position on gotchas, double ownership of doors. You're juggling room, data, doors, and layout doors. If one gets out of sync, strange behavior might creep in. You do clear before rebuilding, which is good. Just keep an eye on re-adding children multiple times. Panel click positioning. Create click area uses panel position plus panel size. This assumes the panel's pivot origin is at top left, which looks correct in setup visuals. If you ever offset or center the panel differently, clicks might misalign. That's okay. Redraw reliance, you called Q redraw and labels, which is good. If Godot decides to batch updates, you might still see stale text from one frame. ID parsing and set, splitting IDs into tokens and reconstructing the label is clever, but if an ID doesn't match your naming convention, the label logic could get funky. Overall, the strip looks solid. Okay. Just wait one more piece which is relevant is the camera class. Here's the code for that. Camera, select all, copy, Control B. Okay. Nice camera straight. Script is tight. Pan and zoom. panning speed, scaled zoom, dynamic minimum zoom. There's a fallback bounding box, even if nodes don't expose size directly. Possible gotchas. Room container must be set. Right now it's declared but never assigned. Camera.room container equals room container. Camera.room container. I don't remember that. You're mixing zoom at mouse, which shifts position, and zoom center, which doesn't. You got zoom and mouse coming in out, so only zoom center is active. That's fine if you want to map zoom fill, but if you expect an editor like zoom at cursor, you'll need to swap it back. Initial update, min zoom timing called and ready, but if no rooms exist yet, it just returns. When rooms get created later, you'll need to call update min zoom again from layout tool after adding them. Clamping on every zoom. Both zoom functions clamp properly good. Just be aware that minimum zoom changes dynamically. You may pop zoom levels unexpectedly. The editor creates layout rooms. Wires up clicked. Layout room is a representation of it. Signal manages doors. Layout camera view navigation keeps everything usable. Check the exact room click flow. I'm pretty sure it is because of some debug prints, but you can check it anyway. It's always good to get a second opinion. Not really opinion, but okay. Connect room, room connected, click, every new room gets click signal connected to the tool, so if signal fires, it should print. Layout room, click area is added directly into the room node. It has a rectangle collider exactly matching the panel size. On the LNB, emits click self, chain check, click area input event on area input fires, on area input emit signal clicked, self clicked, connect to the on room clicked in the tool, on room clicked prints. Conclusion: the chain is solid. If you're seeing your debug prints, that means collider is size positioned correctly. Signal wiring works. On room clicked is firing. Only edge case. If you ever resize a panel after create click area runs, the collision extents won't update since it's set once. I have an update click area function that will update when if I ever need to resize, but I'm not worrying about resizing right now, so it's okay. Okie dokie. Pokey pokey. Alright. Everything shown is reliably, okay. Okay, so what I'm needing to work on next is adding multiple selection. Drag, box drag, select will happen later. So I'm going to be using control to toggle room selection and shift to simply turn it on and add to the selected rooms. Okay. So where do you suggest I start looking to put code in order to do this. I guess the input function should read the modifier keys. The way it's set up, you can technically do dragging, which even though it doesn't actually move yet. So basically, dragging consists of clicking on a room or on any selected room and keeping the mouse button down while you move the mouse. It works because of some debug prints that told me it's working correctly. So basically, you should be able to click and release on any room panel, and it should only select the one by clearing out the selection array and then selecting the new panel that's underneath the mouse. It completely clears everything if you click outside, but if you click on any selected and hold down, I already said this, but I'll just do it anyways. If you click on any selected and hold down and move the mouse, it's in drag mode. So we want to keep this up with the modifier keys. In fact, let's see. So no clearing when you're adding nodes by hitting the modifiers. You basically want multi-select system modifier where selection logic while preserving your current drag detection behavior. There's a high-level way to structure this. Okay, right now each layout room is selected. You also need a central array, which I already have. This array will use, okay. Currently, it just emits a click signal. You can enhance it to pass the modifier info on area input. Button left. Bar shift is, okay. It's still spelling out key control. Then your layout tool, whenever you connect on room click, can handle the selection logic based on the modifiers. Okay. Shift control. Okay. In your main tool script that connects to the click signal on room clicked, if shift adds to selection. If not selected rooms has room, selected rooms append room, room selected is true, update highlight. If control toggle selection is selected false, update else selected append room is true. Right, okay. Else normal click clear all and select this one. Oh, yeah, that's good too. Drag selection. You already have the click and hold selected room working. Keep that intact. Your drag system will just reference selected rooms instead of a single is selected room. Process drag for room and all selected rooms. Move all selected rooms by drag delta. Right. Click outside clears selection. You can keep your click outside clears all behavior. Okay. And just fork GD integrates this with your existing on-room click signal and multi-selection highlighting ready to drop in. Yes, please. Keep in mind that I guess it's key control. Where do you have it up there? Key control doesn't work. It's supposed to be key CTRL. Verify use a full integration snippet for your multi-select plus drag system works. Key shift control structured into drop to your current tool setup. Okay, step 1, update layout room. Step 2, in your layout tool, or track selected rooms and handle selection logic. On room clicked, drag multiple rooms. Preserve single room, click and drag, shift add, selection, control toggle. Okay, so on area input and camera drag systems fully integrated. Um, okay, that will be fine. I guess, well, I'll leave it. Because it has all the stuff that it shows, like you're supposed to paste it in there, and then it says, well, do you want me to... something's wrong. Of course it is, of course. Of course. Step 2, layout tool, controller, handle selection and dragging. Okay. Room clicked, and I can just put that in ready. So honestly, I still have to, copy and paste kind of thing. Shift adds to selection. Okay. A helper for box drag selection later. Um, Not yet. I want to get this working first, and then when it is, we can work on box drag. Um, no thanks. Let me put this in first, please. All right, let's go back up to the top. Okay. So I'm going to copy this code on area input, and then I'm going to go to my layout room, and I'm going to see where on area input is. Wait a second. See, create click area on area input. Okay. So I'm going to kind of do the thing that I do normally. I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Control S. Okay. I don't know why it's... Okay. And I can just put 2 on here. That? Okay. I don't know, maybe I'll Control K that. Okay. Emit signal. Okay. And selection drag and layout tool, controller node. Copy code. Selected room is dragging, drag start, funk ready. On room clicked. Input. Okay, so I'm not really sure if I'm gonna do it as is, and then I'm gonna check each of the places. Really, I'm supposed to be quitting now, but I'm gonna try to implement this before doing that. So clear selection, get room under mouse, input, and if I'm just doing some integrating. Oh, that's two. I see. That's the old two, and so that's going to be deleted, I think. Sure, I don't have any more twos in here. Selected rooms. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to paste this in here. All right. I'm going to do this here. Okay, something like that. And then I'm going to do here like that. And I'll control save. And then, of course, it'll have problems here because it already has whatever here. Okay. So on room clicked, okay. I'm going to go ahead and Control C. I'm going to go to this ready, I think. Oh, wait a second though. Okay. Okay, let's find the next one. So, if room is layout room. Okay, room.connect, clicked, callable, self, on room clicked. Okay, so that's there. All right. So I don't need the ready part, I think. So let's just take all this ready out because this just gets to the room, and I got the actual rooms. You know, I get room children or whatever, get rooms children or whatever it is there. So I don't need this first. Secondly, on room clicked. Let's do the here. I'll do the thing. You know the thing here. I'm gonna delete this. We're gonna go all the way down to on room clicked here, like so. And I'm going to do a comparison to it, but I'm going to call this 2 first. Wait a second. Shift. Oh, on room clicked. So the new one, let's see. The new one actually takes the control and whatever in there. So then it has shift control else, and it's a similar deal. But all right. So I can just go ahead. I'm gonna comment all these out. Control K. I mean, it's kind of on purpose here that I'm leaving them in, but at the same time I am okay. Then we have the input. Okay, so input event. I'm gonna go ahead and go to input, and I'm gonna go down here to input, just above, and that's okay because there's two here. I think it's supposed to be a replacement, so I'm gonna call this 2 for one thing, so it doesn't block there. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and comment it. I don't really need to do both of them, but I'm just sort of doing it just to kind of, I don't know, keep things straight, different, whatever, however you want to say it. So okay, so let's see here. Um, Control K. Okay. Now let's go up to the lines again. Layout. Okay. Equals that. That's fine. Is dragging is false. That's fine. And drag start position. Remove that. I can remove both of these. So let me find this first. Control drag start on selection. Um, leave that. Okay, so then the final thing is wait. Drag start. Okay, drag start position. Ah, where? 698. What's 698? What's the problem with that? Okay, I get it. Oh, function already has the same name as previously declared function. Um, a couple of different weird things here. Wait a minute, where is 698? Maybe that was, let's do something here. Control save. Okay. Get zoom not found in base self. Does my camera have a get zoom function? I don't think it does, but let's see here. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Drag started on. Okay, so a couple of problems. Get global mouse position doesn't exist on self. And from what I remember, I need it to be local to the rooms node to the room container node. Just a, I guess I don't need to say just a moment, but click 2. Okay. Where's the thing? Clear selection. Select room. Huh. I probably have it pasted in the other conversation because I don't have it pasted here. Let me do the thing. Let me go to this old. Okay. Take modifier flags. That's fine. Input event. Check the modifier keys. Okay. Let's see what else here. So it's not appropriate. Let's see. Whereas we did an input. Let's see here. Minimal drag. Okay, so here is the processing for the drag. Copy. Okay, so let's go into the memory system limitations. I believe this would actually handle that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it and see what it says. But it may not be available in camera 2 the exact way you're trying to use it. So your approach is correct. Most local will now be the same coordinate space as your rooms. No thanks. Give me a moment, please. Okay, so let's just go ahead and we're gonna go there. There we go. Go there. Drag started on, and we're gonna say drag start position is actually this thing here. Control V. Okay. S because it signals in, and drag start position. Bar. No, not bar. Drag start pause equals get equals mouse local. Okay, let's go ahead and put this in the here's the new snippet. Should work. Okay, if it works at all. That looks reasonable. If the mouse and keyboard coordinates convert will get you local current relative. You'll have to drag and drag start position now holds the correct starting point. Just make sure when you later move you apply the delta and local coordinates relative to the rooms. Your selected rooms has room. We'll check. We'll ensure dragging only starts with the rooms already selected, which not yet. So there's one other problem. Let's see here. Okay. So okay. The error is get zoom as a camera 2D property, not a method, so you don't call it like a function. Also, but you're inside whatever node is handling input, probably layout tool or the container, not the camera itself. Reference camera node, assuming you have a variable like camera and access the zoom property. Oh, okay. Cam. Okay. Either way, it needs to be the zoom property of the camera 2D, not a method call. Okay, so I can just use the class level variable camera dot zoom, and I don't need to get the camera viewport. I just check if camera bar delta equals event dot relative slash camera dot zoom. Correct? Right. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay. Well, let's do that. Let's go ahead and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna put this in here, and then we're going to go ahead and that, and there we go. Oh, our delta equals, I'll just say event relative like that. If camera, then okay. So let's okay. So this is what the snippet looks like, and does it look correct? And we can actually get rid of that. Yes, it looks correct for dragging multiple selected. A couple of small notes. You've already defaulting delta, then overriding if camera exists. That's fine. Make sure selected rooms only contains valid layout room nodes. Otherwise, room could throw an error. Optional. If you ever want to support undo or snapping later, you might store the original positions before applying delta. So your snippet and context should work as expected. It scales the mouse delta by the camera zoom and moves all selected rooms together. Um. Okay. I should really quit here, but I'm gonna see if this works. If it's not working, then I'll quit until tomorrow, and we'll see if we can fix this tomorrow. You can simplify by slightly by only defining delta once like this. I didn't think you could do that. Oh, that's right. You that's right. You do have plus equals divided by equals. Okay, I get it. I get it. Uh, slash equals. Okay, we'll do that. Slash equals camera zoom. Okay. It's fine. It is. Okay, done. Need to test it, but if it doesn't work, we'll have to resume tomorrow. Okay, so before I do anything else, let's go ahead and rename this. Can I rename it? Uh, click drag functionality layout tool. Okay, we'll just leave it like that, which is fine. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I guess I'm gonna run it. We'll see what happens. Here's hoping nothing fails on us here. But more than likely, it's not going to work, but we'll see. That's working fine. Okay, so if I control and I move, okay, so that's still a thing I got to work out because I didn't see. Okay, and that I mean that still works. That still works. That does not work. Okay, Shift adds, and I can actually. That's interesting. Ah, if I do shift and hold, I can move it. Okay, so it's not working 100%, but it is working. So, okay. We will have some trouble shooting to do tomorrow. Still not 100%, but is working to a still working, but it is working a bit. Thanks. Tomorrow. Okay, so there you have it, folks. I um it's mostly working. So the click drag actually works. Okay, if I control, while it's see, um, I should be able to drag it even when I don't have control or shift clicked. If I do shift, it's still not going to do it because it doesn't have the. If I do this and I can do this, and I can move it. I can. Clicking outside does not clear it like it's supposed to. Okay, so and then when we do this, we can probably do the same thing here. We can actually. Oh, can't drag while you're holding control. And doesn't do more. Okay, so I have a couple things to do tomorrow, and it looks like everything's working all right though. So thanks for bearing with me, and tomorrow we'll have a full day, 90 minutes on each segment, and we'll get some more done. Um, I did get that one story redone technically, even though it doesn't have that many choices in it. It's just got a couple of things, but technically it is still one story beat that I got done, and we'll see if I can get Princess Prep story beat done tomorrow, and maybe even more. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So thanks, and I will see you. Thanks, Rook. I will see you guys tomorrow, barring anything. um, okay. Please wait. Okay, where's it? Okay, there we go. Thank you for watching part 2 of the mini stream, and tomorrow we're back to business as usual, hopefully. And yeah, so I'll see you then. Thank you for watching part 2.